It reached a point that if we had let him, he would have hit himself in the head hundreds, if not thousands of times a day. Until he was 1 year old, there was pretty much no indication of any real problem. He was happy, he was healthy, a really sweet little guy. We could tell something was going on. He was just not understanding language. That was how we ended up eventually finding out that he had a single letter mutation causing Phelan-McDermid Syndrome. It started out really mildly. He would start doing this like perfectly calm, but then he would start doing it harder and harder. And the thing is, he would do it fast. And so he could be across the room and he could hit himself 20 times before you could get to him. He has a high pain tolerance, part of the syndrome usually. It was escalating. He would bang his head on the floor, on the wall, on a door. He would hit his head with his fist. He might have a really huge meltdown. You just had to restrain him because he's fighting and fighting and fighting to be able to get out of our grip so that he could hurt himself. I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups and I've seen some scary stuff. One particularly horrifying one is this mom whose son has rendered himself blind from hitting his head so much, because if you do it too much, you can detach your retinas and then you can't see anymore. There's a lot of things that you don't realize that you assumed would be a certain way until you know that it won't. Always thought he would call me mom. There's only a handful of words that he understands outside of visual cues. Whatever he does have is entirely a result of doing hundreds or thousands of repetitions. CureSHANK is dedicated to accelerating the development of treatments for Phelan-McDermid Syndrome, a treatment that could create appreciable differences in his quality of life and ours would be amazing. And even more amazing would be something that we can identify in babies and start treating them right away and have them not go down this path that Asa and all these other kids have had to go on. This genetic disorder has robbed him of having friends and having meaningful relationships. The moments that are amazing are things like he looked into my eyes and smiled the other day, and I was like, there you are. This disorder has made it so that I don't know him either, really. I would really like to know my child.